Welcome, 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 welcome. It's C-DRE. Welcome to my podcast where I talk about latest and greatest news, predictions about, end time situations, even put a little Bible prophecy inside the mix. And, I talk about a lot of different things. I'm a man of all trades, So let's get into the podcast, the video, the audio video. Now, right now, we're seeing a lot of developments in the world we're living in today. And the topic of this situation I'm talking about is nuclear weapons. It's a very scary thing to think about. Radiation, the explosion, it's like a nightmare. We only seen them in movies, at least our generation. We never really seen nuclear weapons be used. And for the most part, the way our leaders acted, the way these countries acted that had the nuclear weapons, or that have the nuclear weapons, they seem to be not sporadic, not mean-spirited, and where they'll use one, or they'll threaten us, or they'll threaten this person, we're going to use it. But it looked like those things have changed. Times has changed now. Here we are in 2022, February to be exact, and everyone is saying, a lot of people, I ain't gonna say everyone, a lot of people are mentioning the phrase World War III. I'm hearing more and more people saying their fears of World War III. Now, why are people saying this? Well, we know what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. And we have to take into effect how the last two world wars started. It started with an invasion. A country decided to invade another country, and other countries got involved every single time. That's the blueprint of a war. I can't pronounce it. I'm saying war. That's the blueprint of a world war. And you can see the writing on the wall, or the almost beginning stages of this situation that's happening with Ukraine and Russia. Other countries are not physically getting involved. They're verbally getting involved, and they're sending weapons. So it's almost, and they're right in, like, they're not in the action, but they're kind of close to the action because they're not too far. The United States and other NATO, they're kind of real close to Ukraine right now on their border, practically, while they're in war with Russia. Now, let's just give the facts about nuclear weapons. We all know, all countries know, that nobody wins if someone uses a nuclear weapon. The three main nuclear weapon powers of the world are Russia, United States, and China. Okay? So, if one person used a nuclear weapon, the other one will use a nuclear weapon back, and the other one will retaliate back. And it's just be a bunch of explosions here and there. But for the most part, at least it's my lifetime. I mean, I'm a 35-year-old man. My entire life, I know back in the day, they was afraid of nuclear weapons. In fact, I'm not sure, maybe a few generations back, they was doing drills in school for kids to do drills if a nuclear weapon was to be launched, what to do. So this is not that new, where nuclear weapon fears have been going on with the public. But now it's looked like it's doing a rebirth in our generation. And so basically what I'm saying, for the most part, the nations went to war with each other, but they never threatened nuclear weapons. They throw missiles here and weaponry there. But now we're getting kind of a eerie feeling with the Russian president, at least I am, Vladimir Putin, because he's giving a lot of speeches talking to the United States, talking to his citizens, the Russian people. And the word nuclear weapon, he keeps saying it over and over again. He's kind of keep repeating it to make us understand, look, I have a lot of nuclear weapons. I have to make us not forget, if you want to go to war with me, I have nuclear weapons. And then he made a threat the other day. And as I make this video, it's February 26, 2020. I mean, if you listen to this video late, if you listen to this podcast, not when I'm recording it, I don't know what's going to develop, but it's escalating as I speak. So hopefully it calmed down when you're listening to this, but it's escalating like crazy. But he said something as, he basically said, I'm going to invade Ukraine, and if any country gets involved, you will experience things. I will make you experience. This is not paraphrasing, but he said, I will make you experience things that your country has never experienced in its history. And a lot of countries never got hit with a nuclear weapon. So you can just kind of use your imagination to get the gist of what he's alluding to here. And now the world is kind of scrambling to try to figure out what in the world is going on, because for the most part, Vladimir Putin, a lot of nations do a little corrupt here, but for the most part, from what I saw of my years living, Vladimir Putin really wasn't aggressive like that, at least towards the United States. At least, he never really, it's like this is out of character for Russia to act the way they're acting. Though they may have had concerns about Ukraine, the fact that they're talking about retaliate, it's a whole new anger that just came out of nowhere. And it probably was there, and it was probably under the surface, steaming and boiling inside the Russian government and Putin. But now he's letting it all out, and it's hitting us all off guard. Wow, where did this come from? And for the most part, because listen, I don't know if you know this, guys. I don't know if you know this. Take a picture. Take a snapshot of what to say. Russia has more nuclear weapons than any other country, even my great country, the United States. In fact, they say he had over 6,000 nuclear weapons, but they said the Russian government is kind of secretive. He may have way more than that. And for the most part, he's been peaceful with everybody, but now he's kind of throwing out threats, and he is acting really, really aggressive here. And the world is scrambling and trying to help Ukraine because he's attacking Ukraine, a country that didn't really do anything to him that I've seen. And he's attacking them as we speak right now with military force, missiles, and he's telling everyone not to get involved. And the fact is, the danger is this could spill off over to the other countries, that's NATO countries, and then we have a major conflict in our hands. And the way this guy is talking and the way he's threatening, there's no telling what he might do, because he's unhinged right now. Now, hopefully, it still has time to change things. Maybe he can calm down a little bit. I don't know, but we're close to nuclear war now than ever before, because now the guy that has the most nuclear weapons are now threatening basically to use these nuclear weapons. How do you stop a guy that has a bunch of nuclear weapons? How do you stop him? You can say, they're trying to do sanctions. That's the diplomatic way to handle this problem. We always, for the most part, all the country had, for the most part, and I give the world this. For the most part, as chaotic as the world is, at least in my lifetime, the world has been diplomatic. Through diplomacy, they use ways to diffuse things. And yeah, there was a war or two or here and there conflicts here and there. That's not going to stop. But as far as a major combat, world-changing, bombs flying, nukes flying type situation, we haven't had that. But now it looks like we're extremely close to doing it. The diplomacy now is, I hope not, this is not the case, but it appears to be, is being evaporated as we speak with what Russia is doing. And the fact is, we don't know I don't really know, a lot of people don't really know what is he trying to really do here. Because he's kind of, he lies. He's a liar because he said he wasn't going to invade Ukraine. He stood around the border and he said, we're just doing some training. We're not going to do anything. We're going to go back home. Stop overreacting. Y'all are hyping this up. Leave us alone. We're on our side of the border with it. And, you know, we try to give him the benefit of the doubt, but he kept surrounding his border with troops, and it looked like he was making a formation to attack Ukraine. And though he didn't do it at the time, we, gave him the benefit of the doubt, and he told us over and over and over again. And then this is what he do. He gets the troops and attack Ukraine. So he's a liar. He basically is a liar, and now you can't trust the word he's saying. He's saying he want to liberate Ukraine or whatever, but who knows what this guy's trying to do? He's threatening nuclear attacks in a secretive way. He's not blatantly say I'm gonna nuke you. But you could kind of, he giving the innuendos of, yo, I got the nuclear weapons, or I'm a nuclear power. He keeps saying that. He keep bringing up other countries that, I don't know. I guess he just must have had this built up inside him for over the years, because he's been in power for a long time, over 20 years. Although he had a broken up term and then he got back in office, he's been in office for a long time. So, and now he made it to where he can be in office possibly for a lifetime now. So this guy is becoming a king. He's transforming to not a president. He's transforming into some type of king, dictator type leader here, because he's not using diplomacy to get the job done. Now he's using barbaricism. Now he's doing right now, it appears that he's using a bit of diplomacy mixed with tyranny, but he's lied so much to this point. No one trusts him now. It's kind of like he's at the point of no return. And now we're in this situation where nuclear warfare is a major, huge possibility. World War III is a major possibility. All the analysts are saying World War III. Average Joes on the streets are concerned. And everyone so a lot of people are ignoring this. Oh, they're not going to do nothing. Everyone needs to pay real close attention, because this can spill out to a major conflict that the likes we've never seen. Now, World War I, they didn't have nuclear weapons. World War II, I don't believe they had nuclear weapons. If there's a World War III with multiple countries that have nuclear weapons, see, a nuclear weapon is only when they made nuclear weapons, it was supposed to, none of these weapons are good. I mean, if you're killing your fellow human, but I guess it was to stop the aggressor. To use the nuclear weapon to stop the aggressor and get them aggressors like, okay, stop. It's just, okay, you got to control, here's a nuclear weapon, boom, all right, calm down a little bit now, calm down. It's to calm the enemy down, the aggressor down. But what happens when the aggressor is telling you that they're going to use the nuclear weapons? This is a really, very, very dangerous